Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I cannot wait to share with you 6 DIY Dollar Tree Christmas and budget-friendly decor crafts. So this is episode 8 in my huge I Love Christmas series. You guys, crafting is so good for your soul. I love to get a jump start on how to make your home's boutique gorgeous on a budget. I make the majority of my home decor handmade, so it's never too early to start. Now, if you guys need to catch up on any of the other I Love Christmas episodes, definitely click on the huge playlist down below, as well as I have a huge I Love Fall playlist if you guys are decorating for fall right now. I did over 100 budget-friendly Dollar Tree fall decor and DIY projects, so definitely check that out. But in today's video, guys, it is time to get to crafting. Plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting. For the first Dollar Tree Christmas DIY, we're going to make a peppermint candy bowl. You'll need some peppermint Starlight mints from Dollar Tree. I grabbed these from Walmart while I was grocery shopping. And then you're going to want to lay them out on some parchment paper. This is super easy. Just go ahead and lay them out. You'll also want to preheat your oven to 300 degrees. And you can make a pattern if you want. I started by putting 5 mints in the center, and then I just kind of layered them in and around those first 5 mints. And really, there's no rhyme or reason. Just make your mints about as big as your bowl. So you'll also need a glass bowl, and you're going to want to go ahead and pop these in the oven for about 6 minutes. And I just went ahead and used some butter on my bowl, but Pam cooking spray is what was recommended, but this is what I had on hand. So here's what they look like after baking for about 6 minutes. You want to make sure all of your mints are touching before you pop them in the oven. And remember to have a parent help you if you're a kiddo trying to do this project. Now, this wax paper is hot, so you guys can see I'm very carefully laying it on top of this bowl, and you'll want to use your oven mitts to lay it down. Now, this was the second time I attempted this bowl because it was much trickier than anticipated, but I did go ahead and pull the bowl off of my peppermint candy dish before the mints had even dried, because the first round I got my peppermint bowl stuck to the actual bowl. So comment and let me know if you guys have done this craft and what are your tips for me. I'm not for sure if this is a fail, but it does look really cute if you're going to use this for like a hot cocoa station. Now remember that the mints are sticky, so be careful what you put inside of this, but I thought marshmallows and chocolate chips would be just perfect, and if a couple get stuck to the bottom, no big deal. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to make a cute little Christmas cake. I'm just going to take some of this spackling. Now, Dollar Tree sells spackling as well. I've used theirs and it works just fine, but I'm taking a popsicle stick and I'm just going to smooth the spackling over this piece of styrofoam that I got at Dollar Tree. I'm actually repurposing and reusing this styrofoam. I believe it did have a floral arrangement in it. You guys can see the holes poked in the bottom, but you'll just want to take your spackling. You can also use a craft tool and you'll want to smooth it on to your little piece of styrofoam. And then I actually laid this on top of my first candy bowl that broke apart, and then I'm just adding some cute little candies to the top of this. Now, the other thing I found out that the candies kind of bled onto the spackling just a little bit, so if you guys don't want that, you may want to use faux candies. And then I'm also cutting apart some of those little Dollar Tree straws, and then I'm just going to pop them into this little cake. Now, the cake is still tacky. They do take 24 hours to dry, the little spackling cakes. I've made these many times before on my channel. I even have one whole video dedicated to these that me and my daughter did this summer. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to make a really adorable little elf-inspired Christmas tree. So I'm taking just one of those Dollar Tree canisters. I had painted this white. This was one of the spring canisters, but you guys can use any basket or container that you have on hand. I have styrofoam in it, and then I'm taking a Dollar Tree mini tree in green and a Dollar Tree mini tree in white, and I'm just taking them and putting them together, and then I'm fluffing them out to where both trees look like one. Then for the next part of this DIY, I went ahead and cut 16-inch little loops here of Dollar Tree deco mesh. I used a green roll, a red roll, and a white roll. And and you just want to take the mesh and roll it into a curl, and I'm making little bundles, so I'm rolling them into like a little curly cue, and then I'm taking some pipe cleaner and I'm going to pipe cleaner them together. So now that you have all of your little bundles put together, you're just going to go ahead and take them and pipe cleaner them onto your tree. Again, I did use 1 roll of green deco mesh, 1 roll of red Dollar Tree deco mesh, and 1 roll of white mesh. So you can just kind of scatter them in and around your tree. And again, this is the mesh that I had on hand, and you're probably wondering why I used the green tree and the white tree. Well, these are the 2 trees that I had on hand, so I'm trying to just use what I have to put this little elf-inspired Santa, here we are, tree together. I thought this was so adorable though. I really feel like this is festive and very traditional if you're doing more of a traditional color. I also feel like this could go in a little boy's room, and instead of doing the gingerbread like I'm going to share with you guys, you may want to do some of those little red trucks on this tree. But this is really adorable, and just give it a good fluffing to kind of give it that full look. Now for the next part of this DIY, you're going to take 1 set of those Dollar Tree elf legs, and the elf legs can be found in the ornament section, and you're just going to cut the 2 little legs apart, and you're going to put a larger popsicle stick in there, and that's going to make it stand up on end, and then your little elf can dive into your cute little Christmas tree. Voila, there it is. And these kind of picks would be much more in a high-end decor or crafts store, and you guys can see I'm adding a pipe cleaner just to give it a little bit of extra security so it doesn't wobble and flop off. But oh my goodness, how adorable is this? So I'm just going to take and make a quick little Olivia bow. I am going to loop the ribbon over on itself. I did get this ribbon at Hobby Lobby, but you guys can find red ribbon very easily at Dollar Tree. Now I also have this green ribbon that you see that I also made an Olivia bow with. I found this green ribbon at the thrift store. I believe it's kind of like a vintage ribbon. So you're going to notice Walmart and Michael's and Hobby Lobby are all carrying a vintage motif, kind of a vintage Christmas. And so I thought this was very vintage Christmas inspired. How darling is this? Oh my goodness. I'm going to share with you guys too how to do these cute little gingerbread ornaments. I also added some of those sparkling little mini stockings, those little red stockings. They come with the DIY Dollar Tree craft stickers. And then we're also going to create these really cute vintage inspired little mittens. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create some adorable little vintage inspired mittens. So I'm just taking some red paint, and these are those DIY little wooden stickers. They come in a pack at the craft section at Dollar Tree, and you can just go ahead and begin to paint them whatever color suits your fancy. I want them to match into the tree and kind of have that vintage inspired look. So I was vintage shopping this weekend, and I noticed how all of the vintage Christmas is kind of this really bright red and green, and they have glitter kind of sparkled on things, and some of the glitter may be a little bit rubbed off. So that's the look that I'm going to go for. But anywho, CTZ, I'm going to go ahead and continue to paint these little mittens, red toppers and some green toppers, and then I want to take some Elmer's glue, and I just want to gently add Elmer's glue to the front of these mittens and dip them in some of this champagne colored glitter. I got the glitter from Walmart. Dollar Tree also carries glitter, and you guys could notice I'm kind of rubbing off in some spots. I don't want the glitter to be perfect. I want it to look kind of vintage chic, like it was just a little bit aged, if you guys get my drift. I hope that's making sense. And if you do like a full-on glitter look, just go ahead and go for it and glitter up those little mittens. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going going to take some of those little gingerbread stickers, and I just tied a little peppermint candy bow with some of that Dollar Tree peppermint ribbon. And then to make a little ornament hook hanger, you can use some of those little felt chenille stems that you may have left over from tying onto your Christmas tree, and that's a good way to repurpose and reuse those. And here it is in all of its glory. So absolutely fabulous, adorable, and these elves have been hard at work in Santa's studio for sure. Now, how cute are these gingerbread? Just kind of popped in here just to give it some character. And then there's those darling little mittens. Again, the sky is the limit with these trees. And definitely, if you guys want to see the all red and white candy cane tree that I did, pop back over and watch that video. But I thought this would be a fun take. I had one of you guys ask me for a video on how to do a boy's tree. And so I thought this would be a little bit more boyish. And if you guys added some of those red trucks to it, it would be even more perfect for a little boy's bedroom. So definitely give it a whirl. These are so super duper fun to make. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take some of that Dollar Tree mesh and I'm going to make a garland with some of this white evergreen. Now the white evergreen I've had for years. It did come from Michael's. I got it with a 40% off coupon. I believe it was about $10, but the Dollar Tree Deco mesh is so fabulous to use to create some really amazing garlands with. So you can tell that I'm just kind of adding them on. I'm twisting them into the garland and I'm just making little poofs, and it's really about 10 to 12 inches apart, but whatever suits your fancy. And I'm using some of that green deco mesh. I only used 2 rolls of deco mesh for this garland, and then I'm going to go back in with some of that candy cane ribbon. Now I did get the candy cane ribbon at Hobby Lobby, but you guys can find some really fabulous ribbon at Dollar Tree if you just want to use all Dollar Tree products. I was trying to add in a little bit of the candy cane theme since I did do the little candy bowl, and here it is tied in with this darling little tray. I think this would be so fun to add to a mantle or an entryway table or a kiddo's room or your office or maybe your grandma's house, or you can make this for your mama or your daughter or son or just whatever floats your boat, or you can make it for your kitchen. I think that would be super fun and amazing. I love the vintage edition of kind of this vintagey little elf at the top and the gingerbread. It's so fun and whimsical, and to be totally honest with you, kind of wacky and completely brought a smile to my face. So as always, comment and let me know, what was your favorite DIY? Will you guys be making the cake? Will you be attempting that crazy candy cane bowl? Definitely let me know which project was your favorite and which one you'll love to be crafting up. So now that we've had a fun day of crafting, it's time to whip up some chocolate chip banana bread. I'm just going to use 3 bananas. I'm going to peel them and pop them into a bowl, and then I'm going to just go ahead and mash them really well. You want to mash up your banana really well, and then I'm going to go ahead and add 1/3 cup of butter, and then I'm going to add an egg, and you're supposed to go ahead and whisk this egg, but I completely forgot while I was filming to whisk it up, so I did just go ahead and pull a whisk out and whisk the banana and the egg together. It ended up working because the banana bread tasted great. So now I'm just going to add 1 cup of sugar, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of vanilla, and I want to go ahead and mix up these wet ingredients really, really well. Mix them until they're nice and smooth, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add 1.5 cups of flour, and then a teaspoon of baking soda and a pinch of salt, and then you're just going to go ahead and mix that up. Now I just barely mix this, just enough to get it mixed up. And then I did grease my pan and add a little bit of flour so my bread doesn't stick. And then I added about half a cup of chocolate chips to my mixture. And then I just mixed it just a little bit more. And then I'm going to pop it in the oven for 350 degrees for about an hour, but definitely check it because all ovens are a bit different. And it is so perfect. Oh my goodness. Now it does look nice and brown, and that's how I love it. I love it a little bit crispy on the edges, and check that out, you guys. I love that steam, and I added hot butter, and I'm going to tell you guys that Mr. Romantic was stalking the oven waiting for this bread to get done. So these two pieces were his, and he had that with a cup of milk. And then my daughter also enjoyed some, and I saved a piece for my son when he gets home. Oh my goodness, you guys are definitely going to have to try this, and I will link the recipe in the description box for you guys below. And then here's another quick look at those fun little projects. That little vintage Santa teapot and mug I did find at the Goodwill last season. I think Mr. Romantic and I were actually shopping together, and he encouraged me to pick that one up. Okay, you guys, so here is my thrift store outfit of the day. I found this really sweet little kind of peasant top with the lace detail at the thrift store. It was $3. I was so excited. And these jeans are actually from Old Navy. They were about $25. And then I have my little thrift store Jessica Simpson boots. So I just paired it. I also have like one of those little soft Walmart tank tops underneath, because our weather is getting hot and cold, so you never know what's going to be going on. My hair got super curly because it's freshly washed. And then I just have these pretty little thrift store drop earrings that have kind of some jewels to them. So anyway, here is my thrift store outfit of the day. I kind of feel like this shirt would be something that Mrs. Claus would wear. Check out this little detail on the bottom. So anyway, thank you guys. I love y'all. Mwah! So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous DIY crafty decor party. Again, this is episode 8 in my huge I Love Christmas series. Click on the I Love Christmas playlist. It's going to be down in the description box below if you guys need to catch up on any of those fun and crafty videos. Also, if you're decorating for fall or summer or whatever holiday you're in, I have huge playlist for Dollar Tree budget friendly DIYs. And if you guys are new and you love to crazy craft like me, I would love to have you be part of this amazing community. Consider subscribing. Again, I would love to have you, and for everybody that comes back and that comments and shares and likes my little videos, thank you. You guys are making my journey amazing. You're putting so many good vibes into my heart, and I hope I'm giving that back to you guys as well. I truly feel like crafting is good for your heart and your soul, and no matter where you're at in your journey, keep up the good work. You guys totally have this. Also, I wanted to let you know if you wanted to connect and share photos of your DIY projects with others, I have an Olivia's Romantic Home Facebook group page. It's totally free to join, request to join, and you can start posting away your fun and fabulous home decor and DIY projects. Thank you for being amazing, kind community. I love you guys to the moon and back. Oh, I also have an Olivia's Romantic Home Instagram page if you guys want to see some quick video tutorials and also some behind the scenes of my crazy crafty mama life. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Until the next video, we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.